Welcome to Greece, one of the most beautiful countries in the world. The official name for Greece is the Hellenic Republic. Greece is Europe's southernmost country. It's also Europe's sunniest country. There are about 250 days of sun each year.
Greek is the official language spoken in Greece.
At 5,000 years old, Greek is the oldest written language still in existence today.
The summers are hot and dry. Winters in the mountain, really cool and wet. Greece has 9,000 miles of coastlines.
Less than 30% of the land is farmable.
However, the most important crops are grapes and olive trees. Most locals buy their olive oil directly from their own olive producer. Greeks love their feta cheese.
They buy their produce from street markets. They eat lots of fresh fish, which they often buy from the fishermen in the harbors.
Greece loves to dance.
They have over 4,000 different traditional dances.
Greeks actually break plates on purpose when they dance.
It was a tradition that was started when a rich family invited a poor family over for dinner. To make the poor family not feel badly about being poor, the rich family invited the poor family to break their plates.
We love our birthdays. But in Greece, they celebrate their name day even more than their birthday. People are named after saints. Each saint has their special day. Did you know that Greece spit on each other for luck? Ew. They do it to ward off evil, or when they give someone a compliment.
The particular shade of blue that you see over all of Greece's buildings is also supposed to ward off evil. According to Greek tradition, when a boy throws a girl an apple, he wants to marry her. If she catches it, that means she accepts the boy's proposal.
3/4 of Greece is made up of the mountainous mainland. The rest is a group of about 2,000 islands. But only 170 of them are inhabited. The island of Santorini has been named the beautifulest island in the world. Greece is the only country in the world to get double its population in tourists each year.
Athens is Greece's largest and richest city-state. It is considered the art and intellectual center of the world. The world's first theater was built here. It's also where democracy, where people power, was invented.
In ancient times, citizens would meet together in an assembly every 9 days to vote on things like whether or not to go to war, build temples, or who would be the war commanders. Male citizens ages 18 and up had the right to make speeches and vote here. They had no judges or lawyers. Every citizen had the right to take another citizen to trial and also to serve on a jury.
This is an ancient water clock. It was used in trials to ensure that each side had the same amount of time to speak. Once the water flowed from the top cup into the bottom cup, their time was up.
The walls were engraved in stone.
Ostracism was a practice used to get rid of unpopular politicians. Citizens would write down the name of a person on a piece of pottery called an ostrakhan. If there were enough ostrakhans submitted on one man, he was forced to leave the city for 10 years.
We learn a lot about the ancient Greeks through mythology. They developed stories or myths to explain the world around them. They told of gods and goddesses and were a large part of their religion. The people built temples to honor their gods and goddesses.
The Parthenon is a famous building built by the ancient Greeks who honored the goddess Athena. It stands on top of the Acropolis, the highest point in Athens. It cost the equivalent of 469 warships to build. The Temple of Poseidon is another example of a temple to honor the gods.
The mythical story of the Trojan horse
Tells of how the Greeks won the Trojan War with a clever trick. As the story goes, the Greeks pretended to surrender and sail away, leaving behind a huge wooden horse that they had constructed out of wood. The Trojans pulled the horse into the middle of the city as a victory trophy, not realizing there were some Greek soldiers hiding inside. During the night, the hiding Greeks sneaked out of the horse and opened the gates for the rest of the Greek army, who had sailed back to Troy after dark. They took the city by surprise and destroyed it, ending the war.
The Greeks are known for their pottery. It comes in many shapes and sizes. Each different shape was used for a very specific purpose. This one is called a pyxis. It was used by women to hold makeup or jewelry. Another popular art form was sculpture. They formed figures out of marble or bronze. The Greeks have created marble stamps ancient times. They built statues.
Socrates was one of the world's greatest thinkers.
In his own day, he was criticized by his people for corrupting the youth of Athens through his revolutionary ideas. He was brought to trial and forced to drink a cup of hemlock or deadly poison.
The Olympics began in Olympia, Greece in 776 BC. The Greeks were great athletes. They competed in foot races, boxing, wrestling, discus, javelin, long jump, and chariot races. Married women were not allowed to attend the games. The punishment was death by throwing her off a cliff. Greece's many city-states were often at war with each other, but the Olympics were a period of truce among them. The athletes who won Olympic events were crowned with an olive wreath or given an olive branch, which was a symbol of peace. Modern-day Olympic Games began in 1896 in Olympia, Greece, and have continued every 4 years since then.
We hope you enjoyed the brief tour of Greece. Thanks to stopping by.